the prayer.
Righty. Heavenly Father, we thank you for bringing us together this morning. Some of us for the first time, even from Denmark, and some of us have been here before. We ask for your wisdom to guide our thoughts, your peace to rule our hearts, and your grace to lead our discussion. Help us to listen today with respect and purpose. May our work here be productive and lead to positive impact for Salute at Sea. Amen.
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 And then stay there, Dr. Val, because here's your agenda.
All
Go ahead,
righty.
take it away.
Okay, I just did the opening prayer, the vision and mission. Now, I talked to Cliff, and I talked to Ken, I talked to Justin. Oh man, our vision and our mission is really taking flight. I don't even know how to break it down to you guys without getting so excited, but trust me when I tell you, when I said we're going to be collaborating, we have already started collaborating. And let me tell you what happened. I went into the USO just to make copies. Can you guys see me? Because I don't see myself.
Yes, we can see
Yeah.
you.
Okay, good, good. I went to make copies because there's a lot of pages of a lot of names and stuff. And I went to the USO and I didn't have the vision and mission memorized. But what I did know was that Salute at Sea is a newly forming organization that goes to sea, go on cruises, and we want to honor veterans, Vietnam, Korea, Desert Storm. We want to talk with widows. We want to talk to children. We want to support the military family when it comes to while we're out to sea. Well, one of the ladies in the USO, a volunteer, just so happened to be a Vietnam veteran. She said no one in the USO, she's been volunteering there for years, even knew that she was in Vietnam. So she told her story to me, and the USO president just happened to be in the back office listening to us talk. He comes out and he's like, "Tell me about this Salute at Sea." And I'm like, "Who are you? You know, where you come from?" But anyway, it formed a connection with the USO that they're interested in finding out more about us. Then the Wounded Warriors Project. I know most of you heard of Wounded Warriors. The Wounded Warriors Project has done a lot of research on suicide prevention and suicide um, causes and suicide ways to avoid it. And they also said they never thought about the aspect of cruise ships and connectiveness and connecting the dots of how when people go out with friends and family and they do the retreats, the Wounded Warriors retreats and stuff, but they're interested in figuring out how they can, work with us. And it just overwhelmed me. I almost was in tears thinking about our mission and how we are. Let me just read something to you guys real quick because I've been writing down notes, and the notes that I've been taking, sometimes I send them to Cliff, but I don't want to, just kill Cliff with emails and texts all the time.
You're fine. I'm okay.
When you think about our mission, where we are having meaningful cruise experiences, we were already cruising anyway, but now it brings more meaning to why we cruise and why we're out there on the ocean, not just, woosahing and just enjoying our family like Justin with his two little small kids. We are really out there on a mission. And when you talk to veterans, because Cliff talked to thousands of us, even myself, when he talked to me, I knew that what he was doing was just like the best thing since sliced bread. But I did not know it would hit me so strongly until I started talking to veterans. So then I'm in the commissary, and the commissary, a Vietnam veteran, he has on this big Navy hat on. And of course, I'm going to talk to him because I'm Navy. Thomas, I'm Navy. Let me let you know I'm Navy. Okay, Thomas? All right. Now, just to make this, I don't want to really go into much, but I feel more honored to just talk about Salute at Sea to anybody because it has really become a part of my daily routine. Just so you guys know, I'm doing phone calls and I'm texting people, but a lot of numbers are not on these forms. It's just emails. So I'm going to get to the emails, but I started out with the texting and the phone calls just to check in on a veteran. And it has been overwhelming to talk to somebody that says, you're the only person that I've talked to all week. You know, I can't put my thoughts down for you all and on this little, overview, but I will be sending out an update. Try to do something weekly coming from me. I'm calling it the president on the beach. As I'm out and about, I will be updating you guys and telling you what I'm doing and how it's just impacting others. But I'm still a little nervous about this 5013C, which I talked to Cliff about today. I'm gonna let's pass it over to Lori because Lori is with her family in Disney World. And then after that, Lori, please go enjoy your family, okay?
All right, Lori actually just hopped off.
Oh, well, good. Lori, bye. Anyway, it's being recorded. So now we're gonna go through the elected officers. Thank you, Justin. You guys know I'm your president. I'm honored to be your president, retired Navy, 24 years combat veteran. The main thing is that Justin has accepted the vice presidency role. Yay!
Yeah.
You know how we go, dun, 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 dun. I want to do that, okay? Justin and I have decided we're going to give him as much time as he needs to spend with his family because he just got back from his, I think it's in the reserve. It's called like a training, some kind of training. And then we're going to hit it and try to not take up too much of his time, but just be mindful that he is active duty. He is, he has a job. He's a reservist. He's whatever. And he has a family and he's going to help us to move this forward. So Justin, would you like to say anything, sir?
Yeah, no, thank you very much. Sorry for those that maybe not met me, Justin Mahoney. I know I've missed the last couple of weeks. As President Val said, we 2 weeks of annual training with the reserves, and my work schedule had me kind of planes, trains, and automobiles the last month and a half or so. But should have a little bit more time for the rest of the summer and the rest of the year. Some traveling here and there with work, but should be able to start focusing a lot more time on this, get the website up and running, and start to focus a little more time onto getting this thing started and pushing forward the mission.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Justin. All right, Ken, you got anything for the team?
Yes, I do. I just wanted to let everybody know that if they look on there, it shows a temp after my description on as secretary. I am asking for someone to volunteer to take the secretary position. What I've talked to Val and Cliff about is that my passion is really helping veterans in dealing with the Veterans Administration. And that is what I would prefer to do in the organization. So I've asked that we try to find someone to serve as secretary to replace me. But until that time, I'm still going to be secretary until we find someone that's willing to take on that task. But to give an idea of what I'm working at, I have come up with a QR code to be used on our website for people that are seeking assistance in dealing with the VA. And I can show it here on the screen if you give me just a second, if that would be okay with everyone. I don't know if you can see that.
We see it.
Okay. And what it does is if you click on that QR code, it has a narrative that goes with it. that explains what we're doing, trying to assist veterans. It asks for them to give us their name, uh, how to contact them either by phone or by email, and it comes into to my email if someone clicks on it, and uh, it gives me an opportunity to help them, uh, the actual veterans or uh, veterans' dependents, if they're having problems dealing with the VA. We can, uh, to give you an idea where I'm coming from on this, I feel that I am very qualified in helping someone with the VA. I had not even, as a retiree, I had not even thought about the VA until last year. In March of last year, I filed my first claim with the VA. And February of this year, I was 100% PNT. So 11 months to go from nothing to 100% PNT is not that usual. But I know now exactly how to take care of dealing with the VA, and I would like to pass that on to as many veterans as possible. So uh, that's uh, that's my spiel for today.
Okay, I want to chime in real quick. First off, Ken, I appreciate you. The QR code, I'm pretty much learning QR codes, and that's why I beg for Justin to be on our team to help us. But in the meantime, the committee, one of the committees that has been near and dear to my heart, of course, is the VA support. And what Ken has offered to do is chair that committee, which means we're going to be soliciting other people throughout our organization that are in different regions, different areas that can help someone and be more of a boots on the ground, because a lot of these people that we are talking to have never even been on a cruise. So when we talk to them, we're actually, meeting them in the grocery store or wherever we're going to be meeting them. And when we start wearing our Salute at Sea, shirts and hats, the conversation is going to come up. And Ken is going to train us on what we should say and how to say it. So we're all saying the same thing. One team, one salute. We got to say the same thing. So Ken, we're looking forward to that. Also, I want to add on, there's a gentleman named Paul Benavides, and Paul has accepted, or actually he offered to set up a committee on mental health and mental health awareness. He has so many years, maybe 20, 30 years in the mental health field. He doesn't cruise a lot. He cruises like every 2 to 3 years, but he's willing to help us, to give us the information we need when we are on a cruise, whether it's creating packets or references or referrals or, what do you call that? Recommendations. He's going to help us to set up our mental health. He even gave me a title for himself, so I don't have it handy, but right now we got the VA and we got the mental health committees forming. So this organization is doing greater things than I could even imagine that we would do. And that way, when you're on a ship and you're talking to them, and you could be like, hey, I got somebody I want to connect you with, or here's a phone number, or here's what city you live in. Oh, I'm in Texas. Well, here's our VA person that's in Texas you can reach out to, or let me give you Ken's number or Ken's email. So I'm excited about those two committees. So just to recap, we have the VA and we have the mental health. So we're still looking for other things that are passionate to you guys. So if you got a passion, just let us know. We'll form a committee and get some people to help us. Go ahead, Ken. You got something else?
Yeah, Val, I was just going to say that if anyone wants to have a QR code done for their portion, I would be glad to work with them on that.
Okay.
It's simple to add information other than just, hey, you click on the QR code and it sends you to a website.
Okay,
You can
good.
you can make these personalized so the people can click on the QR code and respond directly to you. And it makes it more personal. And I think that's something we need to do. And Justin, I can send you a copy of this QR code I have, and that can be added to our website.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I was taking a note here. We can create a full VA support page, have the QR code on the website so that they can reach out directly. We could even do the same thing with the mental health as well. Create a mental health support page and some kind of way to directly communicate with him to reach out on that as well. Yeah, that's really easy to add.
Okay.
Yeah, Justin, I was just going to say that the a lot of people don't understand the power of the QR codes in communication. So that's one thing that we need to make use of, because it doesn't just go to an organization that someone might look at in 2 weeks. It goes directly to, you can set them up to go directly to an individual. And that's what I wanted with the one for the veterans, is to come to me so I can communicate directly with them.
Wow. Okay, you guys are giving me goosebumps. Cliff, you usually get the goosebumps, but now I'm getting it. So we're moving right along. I don't think our treasurer is here, but we don't really have a need for a treasurer at this moment today. But we do have someone that has stepped up to be the treasurer, and we'll talk more about that in the weeks to come. But the main thing is that Lori was going to discuss our shirts. Cliff, you want to, I know she mentioned some stuff about it, but you want to go ahead. Thank you. You see, we have our ball caps that are created with our logo, salute at sea, one team, one salute. What do you guys think? And oh, look at the luggage tags. That's my favorite thing. The luggage tags. That is my favorite of all the stuff. Okay. Good job, Cliff. Rolling right along. Look, Lori mentioned to us that she's going to be working on another way so we can get these items quicker when we order them. But like I told her and like I told Cliff, this is a marathon, like a 26-mile marathon. This is not a sprint, not a 400-meter dash. We have to, get there at a steady pace. So, for us to create these logos, create the coin, now we got some merchandise that's going to be on the site. Justin, there's a way, once we get a link with a company that's going to order this for us or create this for us, that it'll be on the website where they can just order it, right?
Yeah, so that was something I need to discuss with Lori as well, is figure out what integration we're going to use. I would imagine Shopify. That's what she had mentioned previously.
I
The way
think
that
that's what
works,
she
once
said
you're
today.
okay, so yeah, once you're set up with Shopify, with Shopify, I've already got a template page created for it, and then we would just need to drop in the Shopify. It's kind of like an app that fits within the website, and through Shopify, you should be able to pretty much order things directly through the site.
Okay, sounds good. That's what she said, Cliff, correct?
Okay, yeah, I'll just have to get with her to get all of our Shopify credentials and make sure that that's linked up properly. But yeah, we can put that directly into the site.
Okay, so Ken, since you're still the secretary, can you please remember that's what we need from Lori? So when we do reach out to her this week, we can just let her know to give us an update. Because I know she mentioned she was working on that, but she's in Disney World right now with her family. So maybe we can give her, I think she's going on a cruise too. So
Yeah,
she'll
she's
be
leaving
out
for
of,
a cruise, so she'll be out for a little while.
yeah, but we'll just remember to just mention that to her when she come back from her cruise. Sounds perfect to me. I
Real
don't
quick,
think,
I just want to say something.
okay.
Thomas was a brief introduction, but anyway, I met Thomas on Harmony of the Sea, and he's from Denmark. And this guy, he was there with his family, and he joined our veteran gathering, and he even gave me his coin, and he is really excited. And can you tell us more about your your interaction with the veterans there in uh, when you were deployed, and then after you share that, then I'm gonna go with Dan Watford here to share some info as well. Thomas,
Yeah, of course. When we were on the cruise, that was my first time on a cruise, actually. So it was pretty cool to be there and to meet you and the other veterans, because we don't have something like this in Denmark, where you meet up and have a veteran gathering on vacations. So I thought that was pretty cool. Something about myself, I'm a former Lance Corporal. I have been in Kosovo as a combat medic, and I've been 3 tours in Afghanistan as both as artillery and signalman. So, but I was a combat medic on the side as well. So that's the small story. And today I work with a hockey team in Denmark, only veterans who have PTSD or blown off limbs. We are getting them on the ice so they don't think about their diseases. And I am actually the contact information to other hockey teams in the United States. So I have a lot of contacts both in St. Louis, Miami, yeah, New York, Long Island, Colorado, and even Alaska. So I have contacts all around the states. So yeah, and I have PTSD myself after 15 years in the Danish army. So that was it.
well, welcome aboard, Thomas, and thank you again. So it was just a simple question: did you serve, or are you currently serving? That kind of stuff. And then, like I said, that's how I met Justin as well. So can we thank you again for sharing, and can we welcome Dan Watford? Can you tell us about yourself as well? If you can just unmute it, Dan. Okay,
All right.
there you go.
My name is Daniel Watford. I live in San Antonio, Texas. I'm a 30-year Army guy. Been retired 27 years now, and just recently started cruising in 2021. Yeah, that was it. My 50th wedding anniversary. So my wife and I started doing that with some really good friends of ours, and interested in what we're doing here, and want to see how far this can go and what we can do to help other veterans, and also to uh, know what we can do when we can have these, whatever level they are, these veterans gatherings on the various ships that we might be on. My wife and I have taken 2 cruises a year since 2021, so we're making it a part of our life, and I'm really glad to hear you all and to know what all's going on. Thank you.
What branch of service again, Dan?
Oh, well, Army, but I was in the finance corps, so we went from just being Department of the Army finance to Defense Finance and Accounting, and so I was a part of DFAS for a number of years.
Well, thank you again, Dan, for sharing. And so Fort Penn Harrison, right? Okay, thank you. Now I turn it over to you, Dr. Val.
Okay, Thomas, let me start with you. So, Ken and everybody that's on here, that's been on here, we always talk about our allies. Do we have any allies? So, I had to Google Denmark. It's already like 5 p.m., after 5 o'clock at night in Denmark. So, that's awesome, for one, for you to, be up with us. I don't know what time you go to bed, but thank you for chiming in, doing dinner time, and what you're doing with the PTSD veterans and the hockey team. That is amazing. Thank you so much. I was trying to take notes, and did we even know? Are you married with children, family? Who else is in Denmark with you?
Sorry. I'm married for 19 years now with my wife Christina, and we have 3 kids, 2 boys and a
Wonderful.
girl.
You said how many? How many kids? 3?
3 kids, yes.
Thank you. And we just, we do prayer because, and we all from different religious backgrounds, but I will be praying for you all the way in Denmark. Now I have someone in Denmark to pray for that I know. So
Thank you.
I just thank you for coming on the call. I look forward to getting to know you more. Okay. Now to you, Mr. Army Man, Dan. Dan, I hear you said 50 years. How you gonna be married 50 years? You only look 50. 50 years of marriage to the same person?
This year, in October, we're going on cruise for our 55th anniversary. So
55.
Yes, the same lady, we were high school
Same
sweethearts.
lady.
I proposed to her the day that I met her, and then I went off to Vietnam and stayed there for a while, and came back and we got married. And all of our children are retired military, and so life is good.
We're gonna have to make you the committee on marriage, because I've been divorced twice. But guess what? There's still hope. Okay, Dan. There's still hope.
There's hope.
There's hope. Well, thank you so much. And I'm not gonna hold it against you that you were Army. It's okay. It's all right. We love all branches, but the Navy, you was working with my money, Department of Defense. So you're okay with me.
Yeah, I also worked with Brown Water Navy in Vietnam, so it was a good time.
Okay. Well, thank you for your service. Thank you so much.
Valerie.
Yes.
I just wanted to have a message for Thomas over in Denmark. I think he's going to be the official Salute at Sea coordinator for Denmark, isn't he?
I didn't want to put any pressure on him, Ken, because we want him to come back on the call maybe in a couple of weeks, and then we'll kind of hit on that. But yes, Thomas, you good with that?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay, let me write that down. I'm gonna put it in my highlighter color. Okay, thank you.
He has a long last name, so you need to have him text you the last name. He has a long last name, right, Thomas?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, Thomas, are you able to write down my email, because it's real easy? In case you can't find it on something, just write this down, and you can write it down too, Dan, because I think you might be able to help us with these marriages and divorce and not doing right. Maybe you could do a men's support group.
Retreat on board the cruise.
Yes, just so you can just say, hey, I'm 55 years married. Look at me. It works. Okay.
Trust me, it'll be look at us. Don't do that by myself.
Well, no, I'm saying, but you'll be the one that's doing it, and your wife, she might be in the salon or getting a massage.
No. She'll be right there with me.
Oh, that's perfect. There you go.
Yes.
That's why I'm not married, because I don't get that part. Thank you, Dan.
My whole 30 years in the Army, she's been my girl.
She's been your girl. Well, you are awesome. I like that. My email is dr as in doctor, dr, b as in boy, liss 904 at Gmail. Dr. Bliss 904 at gmail.com.
And Gmail.
Gmail.com. Okay.
Dan, how did you find out about Salute at Sea, real quick?
One of my sons is on right now. I don't know if he's.
Oh, Latrell.
We had him the last time, remember?
I talked about you, Dad. They know who you are. So
there you go. I didn't see Latrell. How come I'm not seeing everybody? What's up, Latrell?
Latrell volunteered you there, Dan.
you see that Army sign in the back?
Oh, yeah, we see it.
Okay.
What's up, Latrell?
You see that field artillery right there?
Put that down, Latrell. Put it down.
Hey, Justin is in the U.S. Army too.
I was gonna say, good man. We all make mistakes, Dr. Bell. It's okay. We all make mistakes.
Okay, moving right along.
Along.
Next slide, Cliff.
Okay. So what I have is pretty much this, but we need to cover. Hold on. So this the next Zoom call, but right here, um, I think just the overview of the. I think I shared a little. So forming a non-profit 501c3, you can do the easy form. So the easy form is that if it's no more than 50K, what have you, you can use that, and then it's kind of like expediting the process to forming. Then if you do exceed that amount, then you just change the filing later. You don't have to reprocess everything because I think it's important that we have our entity. Although we've been approached quite a few times, like we're not even formed yet, and people are approaching, of partnering with us, collaborating, and things like that. I didn't want to just kind of volunteer the team because I didn't want to be swallowed in without even having our own identity. But once we have our own identity, then we can lead because we have all these ideas, we have all the plans in place, and then now it's just formalizing it. Once you formalize it, then when they say, "Hey, we want to collaborate with you," then we can say on the MOU, we can say, "Hey, based on this, what can you provide?" And then if they say, oh, we can provide this part, and then now you can put that into the MOU. We don't want to go into agreement because, like I said, we're not even formed yet, and we don't want to be held liable for things and what have you that because we're not even formed yet. And like I said, once we're formed, then we can do pretty much we take the lead, and then when they say they want to collaborate with us, then we just say, okay, what can you do to collaborate with Salute at Sea to be in line with what we're doing? And then not only that, because that's the reason why I wanted to form a team because um, people are approaching me and what have you, and I said, you know what, everything sounds good, everything is all in line, but it requires more than just one cliff. And then now we have a team, so it's now once you have that Salute at Sea 501c3, just kind of like the skeleton, and from there then we evaluate and then we scale it up. And then, like I said, when I heard about Justin uh, jumping up right away and Dr. Val, and I said, that's going to be the president, that's going to be the VP. And then from there, then, it's just going to be grooming the young ones and then stepping up. And I don't know if it'll get to a level where now you have your own entity and then now you have a maybe change to CEO. Now you have a paid position because they can take us to the next level. But to start, I think we need to do the easy form because I don't want to start collaborating without even forming it. And then when you start piggybacking with someone, even though we may do the treasury, the money, things like that separately, but I'm still not comfortable with doing that. Again, there's a lot of folks that are already interested in partnering with us even before forming. But if we can form it up, just a skeleton, and then scale it up. That's all I have. And then if you guys have anything to add, it's good. And then another thing you see here where I say save the date. So I just want to share real quick again. So people wanted to do something similar to like honor flight. Honor Flight is just a 1 day pilgrimage. It started by a physician assistant from the VA that says, "Hey, have you visited the memorial?" And they said no. Then he started that, and it grew to something bigger. But it's only like once a year that they do it. So someone I didn't come up with this. I thought about it, but some folks say, "Hey, how about we do something like Honor Flight?" And then so I said, "Okay, we can do something like that, like Honor Voyage." November 7th to 14th is going to be the Princess, newest Star Princess, is going to be there in Port Canaveral. The reason why I like that is because not only is a brand new system, but the Princess Cruise Lines, they don't have a formal veteran gathering like Carnival and NCL. However, the the captain of the ship, he wants to do something for us fleet wide. So while it's still hot, I think we need to entertain that, and because they're willing to work with us. So now we have the opportunity to, once we get that, we can say we already have the backing of the master of the vessel, Captain Hinaro Arma, the hotel general manager, and even the guest service manager. So you have all those guys that really want to help us out. Now we just hit up the corporate for formality, and then now we should be able to form it up. So on here, I told I think Dr. Val that I'm travel agent, but just to book my own cruises. But I know also John Hurdy, his daughter is also a travel agent or what have you. So again, if we can start saving the date, and then we can because this is 2027, we can start saving the cabins and what have you, and then we can name it Honor Voyage. It's the inaugural Honor Voyage, and then we have a lot of time to work this out and then get the paperwork and everything. But once we have this here, and then we can communicate with the corporate, and we can even say pending 501c3. But we would really like to have it 501c3. But if not, we can approach them because, like I said, we already have Captain Hinaro Arma, and I'm hoping that he's still going to be the one that's going to be the master of the vessel. This is the newest ship on the Princess fleet, and Princess has this not only onboard credit for veteran, but they also have shareholder as well, so you can stack those two up as well. Again, this is an opportunity for Salute at Sea to actually help them implement their program as well too. So that's all I have. I'm going to mute it now, and you guys can go.
Thank you so
Hey,
much,
Cliff.
Cliff.
Cliff,
Go ahead,
this is
Ken.
Ken. Yes, one of the first things we need to do is get an EIN with the IRS. That you have to have that before you do any filings. So,
Yeah, the EIN, I was, so transparency, I started the Salute at Sea as a DBA because
right.
I wanted to start kind of like, because my expenses, I wanted to start writing those things off. And then when people approached me about 501c3, and I like the team concept because I didn't want to just do it on my own. So I have the EIN for,
Okay,
so
great.
I have an LLC and then DBA under the LLC, Salute at Sea. But once we have corporate, then we can go ahead and dissolve my Salute at Sea. So therefore, I can go ahead and just focus on the 501c3 because I don't want to commingle all these things or what have you because I want to keep it separate with my finances and whatnot. But getting an EIN is easy. Once you have the
Right.
formation, you just go online, say, give me EIN, quick registration, and then do it. So, like I said, even though I'm not part of the board and things like that, I'm gonna help out in every way I can. So I've been doing the research already, but like I said, I cannot be a board, I cannot be treasury, I cannot. So now we have a great team, and then now it's just a matter of now whatever we have on the research is formalizing it. And I think I did also a timeline. I think Justin saw that as well. But those are just a guideline timeline that we have. And then I know Ed is also reviewing the honor voyage plan as well too. So I think we have the skeleton team to start it, and then so from there that now it should be okay for us to start collaborating.
Cliff, if I can interject here, this is Daniel.
Yes, sir.
With regard to a 501c3, I've got several questions that are, I think, key to establishing a 501c3. The first thing is, do you have bylaws? Are there bylaws we can look at to see how the organization is going to function? And especially with the dissolution clause, if the organization is dissolved, where whatever funds are going to be in the organization, where those funds are going to go. The next thing with that is what state are we going to establish this 501c3? There are states that are very, very challenging for a nonprofit organization or any organization. And then there are some states that are very good to, as far as the kind of paperwork and the kind of follow-up and how much they get into your business that are very, very good for that. And I mean, we can actually look and see, you can Google which states are best and which states are the hardest. The other thing with that is the registered agent. And with the registered agent, who is that going to be? Doesn't have to be one of the board members, but it certainly can be one of the board members. In many organizations, the secretary also stands as the registered agent. And so I was wondering if those things have been considered before you actually set this up, because then it's going to be, well, where's your banking going to be, and how will your banking be managed? How many people who are going to be the signatories on your banking, and those kinds of things. And so once you do that, because nonprofit organizations are actually established at the state level, and then after they're established at the state level, then the state gives you, depending on the state, your tax exempt, your franchise tax exempt, and all of that stuff at the state level. We're going to be having people purchase merchandise and things like that. And then that is exported to the federal government, and then they come back and they say, yes, we will give you a federal tax exempt status. So just something to think about. And I might have even opened up some things that some of y'all want to volunteer for, or at least look into things you might want to be involved in.
Dan, thank you very much. Tricking like a true finance officer, what have you. That's great. So yeah, it's been thought of now, especially with AI. It's very easy to do. I drafted some, and it actually asks you if you want to form it up in the state of Texas, because state of Texas to me sounds favorable. And I think I had asked Ken if he don't mind being just the agent, just to register us, because he lives in Texas as well. And then so if we can register it in Texas as a entity, and then they're favorable here for veteran as well in Texas, and then also for treasury and everything like that, we are also discussed that. And I was looking at the Chase as because we need that global presence. And then from there, like I said, is just a matter of formalizing, reviewing the required documents before we can file. And I think Ken is staying on board just a temporary until we get this up and running. And then once we get that, then we decide on the terms and everything. So we can draft that and finalize it, and then review it even more, because I have it on the Google documents and everything. So, and this is great that we have a team to actually look at that and what have you. So
that's actually great, Cliff. The one thing that I would say then, maybe the first step is to actually get in front of what the AI would do. Let them wordsmith perhaps, but
yes,
come up with what the bylaws would be, how we would operate, what we would be doing, where we'd be putting these funds, what the funds would be for, and what the reason for the organization's existence is. And then, of course, then Ken, I agree with you. Texas is one of the 5 best states to operate a nonprofit in, from my research. So
Daniel,
no,
this is Ken. I just wanted to let you know that in Texas, you can just have a group of 3 people get together, and you can get a 501c3 organized under just 3 people. It doesn't even have to be a corporation or incorporated in any way. So it is very easy.
You've got to have 3 people. One's going to be your president, one's going to be your vice president or whatever, and then the treasurer. And as long as your treasurer and your vice president or secretary and your president are not the same person, and they're not in the same family, that's what it would take to get it started. But then when you start getting into the issues of it, the issues of it, of what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, and then what the federal government will come back in perhaps and talk to you about. You're right. And Texas is easy to do that in, and it doesn't take a long time.
So Dan,
we've
this is Cliff.
already started writing bylaws. I know I have them almost completed what I had to put back to the committee. I know Cliff has worked on it, and so we're started in all the documentation that will be necessary already. I know Cliff has done some, I've done some. We get together and decide exactly which one will be the one that's accepted, or blend them together. Uh, it's something that have to be done between Valerie and the other officers to determine which ones we will use.
So Dan, this is Cliff. So Latrell was right when he said that. Hey, my dad is great, and so right there, you're gonna be the advisor to form this up. And so we have a Google Docs, and then from there, what we'll do is we'll put it all in there, and then if you can, like I said, provide your email on the chat, we'll send you that, and then you can go into the chat, the docs, and then review them there accordingly. It's kind of like how we had the AKO back then in the U.S. Army, file sharing, things like that. So I'd like to compile that into one container maybe, and label it as such, and then each one can go in there and just to see, and review it and whatnot. And then once we're done with that, then Dr. Val can say, okay, put a timeline because Dr. Val is working her 100 days, and she'll be working with Justin on that. And then once we have all that in place, I think we should be okay because um, based on what even Ken shared, you don't need a whole lot. So we just need the uh, formation of it, and then after that we adjust accordingly. So yeah, if you can just I'll share all that later, and then Ken as well. If you can just email me all those what you have done already, so that way I can put it into the container, and then one is Ken, and then the rest are all there, and then just look into it, and then from there, then we can say, okay, based on that, and you can make changes. I'm gonna give you guys like author permission or edit permission, so that we can edit it right there, kind of like what Dr. Val did on Canva and things like that, because it's a working document that we have. Are you guys okay with that?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay, Ken, so
Hey,
just email me all what you have, and then once I have that, I'll put it into the container, and then from there, then I'll send you guys all the links and everything. Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay,
that's
Cliff,
that's my action.
This is Valerie. First off, wow. Dan, I'm going to be very transparent because this 5013C kind of takes me to a whole nother level of anxiety. I have had 8 businesses and they were all for profit. Okay. And the reason why I'm nervous about the 5013C is because we're all scattered. Sometimes we're on a cruise, sometimes we're in California, sometimes we're in New York, sometimes we're in Florida, and in order to have this successful, I don't want my name and I don't want any of you guys' name associated with anything that could be on the news like some of these other 5013Cs I've seen throughout my lifetime. So I take this very seriously, and I am not in a rush. I'm not. And if someone else can show me and make me feel safe and confident that my service and my 25 years in the Navy will not be, put down a tube, thrown into the ocean because of something that we do that's unethical, illegal. And I always say, what I want my family to read about this on the news, or hear about it on the news and read about it in the papers about me. So that's why I'm kind of like, I'm in awe. When you talk about the bylaws, we've talked about that. When you talk about state laws and all this stuff, registering an EIN number, all that stuff that we've talked about, but we have to make sure that whoever name is going on that is totally comfortable with what we're saying we're going to do. Our mission, our vision, where we see ourselves. I see this organization as like bigger than USO, bigger than what do you call that thing? The Red Cross. I see it bigger than that, because the way I feel when I'm on a ship and my PTSD is at a low level, not only that, I'm able to be somewhere where I was going to go, whether Salute at Sea existed or not. I was already cruising. So now I'm able to talk to people that maybe have never cruised before, and they're coming out there because of the way they see how happy I am with it. I have to stand by and say, I'm honored, but I'm still a little like on the fence as to how we're going to get this done, and definitely in time for this 2027 voyage. It's important that I'm inviting people. I have 15 cabins already reserved in my mind and in my family and friends that want to go on this voyage. Just because they say, girl, whatever you're doing, I want to do it. So I know all of us have people we want to invite, whether it's to this voyage or to anything that Salute at Sea is doing. And we have to stand on our integrity and our character. So I want you all to hear my heart when it comes to this 501(c). It has to be done integral. It has to be. Are you guys hearing me? I hope you're hearing me.
Yeah.
Not
No,
only am I
I'm
hearing
hearing you.
Not-
This is Ken, and I would volunteer to be the one to receive service. That's one of the things we have to have. And if no one would object from that, I live in Texas, so that if we're organizing in Texas, we need someone designated to receive service. And so I would be willing to do that.
Okay. Well, Ken, you volunteered to be the secretary a couple weeks ago. Then you said, wait a minute. So I just want to make sure that when you say this, you're really, truly looking at what does that mean to receive services? How much effort and time will you have to devote to that? I don't know.
It is no effort and time, really. It's just you have to have someone designated that if any legal matter comes up, that it's the person that they can contact and give service to. I mean, if it really amounts to if a lawsuit or anything comes up, they have to have someone that they can contact that is representative of the organization.
Is that the agent that Dan was talking about?
Yes, that is
okay,
the
that's the
registered
agent.
Yeah.
That's
But-
the registered agent.
Okay.
Right.
And
It's just
also,
a
we will
registered
definitely talk
agent that
about that,
receives
Ken.
service. Yeah.
We'll
Okay.
talk about that. That sounds good to me, just listening right now. But definitely, we have to get this thing moving in some direction, whichever direction we're gonna go, because people are waiting to start to pay for their cruise. And if they're gonna be paying money, we just gotta make sure they're paying it and it's not gonna be, a scam or anything. You guys know what I'm talking about. Whether they're buying t-shirts and we're selling t-shirts, or we're, giving out coins, whatever we do, we got to make sure that we are able to say where these monies are going and, what are we going to do? Because on this honor voyage, we're planning to sponsor some veterans to come on board, some Vietnam veterans that might be, going on a cruise. That could be their last cruise or maybe their first cruise, either way. So that's where I'm at with this. I'm finished.
we have one turning 100 in 2027, and that's Colonel Barandis. So we already reached out to the daughters as well. So other than that, like I said, I think we kind of covered what we wanted to discuss today. What do y'all think?
We had some people come on board late. Do you see who they are? We
Okay.
had some latecomers. I let them in,
Okay.
but I don't see them on my screen. Maybe somebody that came in late might want to introduce themselves if they don't mind.
Yeah,
And who's
am I
going?
muted or unmuted?
Oh,
This
you're
is Rich.
on. Rich.
Okay. Yeah, this is Rich. I came in late because we're out camping in the woods, so I've been trying to get on. So I finally got on in an area where I can be reached. So I heard some of the discussion. So yeah.
Thank
we
you
got
very
some good
much
things
for joining
going.
us,
Is this
Rich.
the same Rich that I spoke to via text the other night?
No, that's another Rich.
Oh, okay. So many Riches
Well,
and
I
Toms.
was on the
can't
cruise
keep
with
up.
you. I was on the cruise with you at Barcelona.
Sergeant
Oh,
First
okay.
Class Rich.
Okay, hey, Rich.
Right. Hey, okay. Y'all doing great. I'm just keep it up.
Oh, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Hey,
So,
Rich, this is
Yes.
Ken. I'm going to be back on the Dream October 17th to the 31st, sailing out of Galveston.
Well, we're leaving July 6th, and we're taking a 2-day trip to London, and then we're getting on a cruise down through Europe, and that's
Oh,
July
that'd be
6th to
great.
the 19th, I think it is.
okay, so
So
just to
that's
catch
our
all
next
this,
cruise.
just email all your schedule to salutehc@gmail.com. So that way we can
Okay.
compile that, and then we'll start adding this to the website as well down the road, and
All
what
right.
have you.
All
Thank you
Anybody
right.
again,
else?
Rich.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Okay,
think
Dr.
somebody
Val.
named Drew. Who else came on board? Let me see. I don't see. Oh. Anyway, Daniel, we got your information. Thank you. I got your phone number, your email. I'm gonna write your email down, and I will send you an email thanking you for joining us today, as well as offering you an opportunity to be on our advisory board for our 501(c) formation.
All right, that's good. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, Latrell, for told your dad.
Don't get me in trouble.
Go Army. Look, I love the Army. Go Army.
So, but before we go, we still like to do that one team, one salute yell. So, and by
All
the way,
Hey,
right.
that's coined by Dr. Val.
Cliff,
Yes.
uh, one comment. Before we go to, like Val to offer a prayer for Venezuela. There's thousands of people feared dead from the
Oh,
earthquake that just occurred down there, and they there are always uh, things like this going on, but this has just been reported, and uh, it's uh, it's a terrible situation down there. So,
Okay, y'all ready? Let's hit it. God, we thank you. We thank you for Ken reminding us to just be thankful, because sometimes we are in our own little town, city, homes, countries, and we don't understand the magnitude of what's going on somewhere else. God, we ask that you continue to watch over Venezuela. Protect those that are there, those that have been injured, those that are probably missing, those that are family members are, going through distress. God, we ask that you to just show up. Continue to be the God that we know you are, the God.
we lost Dr. Val.
yeah, it appears we lost Dr. Val on that one. uh,
Oh, okay. So she's still here, but maybe Dr. Val, are you still there?
It cut me off, but I'm here.
Okay.
okay.
We didn't hear that
All right.
part. So I guess just say amen then. Or, I don't know.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. You guys are so funny. I don't know what I'm gonna do with y'all.
So
Amen. Okay. Go ahead, Cliff. Shut us
no.
down.
So again, this is great, and like I said, we're doing great things, and I really appreciate you all. That I didn't expect it to be like this, and you all coming and offering help, and now it's taking a life of its own. And like I said, this is I really needed the help, but I didn't really want to ask for help at that time. And I want to just give a shout out to Dr. Val has been there from the beginning, encouraging me. If it wasn't for her, just saying, "Hey, Cliff, we need to do a after action review." So I sat with her, and then next thing you know, I came back home. And then she texted me. She goes, Cliff, we need to start something. We didn't even know how to do Zoom call and things like that and what have you. And then another guy was Ken, says, hey, Cliff, we need to do this. We need to do. And so I said, yeah, yeah, yeah. So we started it. And then now we're on Zoom call 8. And like I said, it's really taking off because of people like you all and whatever, because we care about our veteran community and what have you. So again, thank you all for that, and I cannot really thank you all enough, but it's from the heart. So again, Dr. Val, take it away. I get so emotional with all this stuff.
I know. I get emotional too, just thinking about it. Don, you got something to say, Don? Hold on, let me unmute you. Go ahead, Don.
Chief,
I thought Don was saying something.
Chief, we cannot hear you. Come on.
Okay. He probably trying to figure out
Don,
how to unmute.
I'm,
Anyway,
real quick. Chief, Don.
that's
Okay.
okay.
All
We're gonna
right.
keep going.
Go ahead.
Maybe he was talking to his wife, because sometimes she be in the background. I have to mute him. But in the
Okay.
meantime, the next Zoom call will be 2 weeks from today. We try to be consistent, so it's every other Thursday at the same time. And whether you're on a ship or you're in Disney World, whatever, if you just want to just click on and say, hey, and go on about your business, or you just want to send me an email that you're not going to be here or text, that's great, because we'll be looking for you and we want to make sure you're still kicking. So every now and then you might hear from me, and just to say, hey, that's it. I'm not trying to put you guys to work, because hey, there's a wife in the background. Is that your wife, Mr. Thomas? Or is that a
No,
daughter? I
no,
can't
that's my
tell.
daughter. That's my daughter.
Okay, hey daughter. I'm sorry, you don't look as old as a wife, but you wasn't far away, I could tell. Okay. And then you gotta let us see Mrs. What is it?
50.
Watford. We gotta see her next time too.
Yeah, you'll get to see Rosemary. Absolutely.
Rosemary, that's right. I need to see what 55 years of marriage look like on the wife, because the husband is looking pretty good.
The wife looks a whole lot better.
I can only imagine. Thank you, guys. I see Thomas, your daughter. What's your daughter's name, Thomas?
Daughter's name is Hannah.
That's Hannah?
Yeah.
Okay, Hannah. Hannah's beautiful. We're done. Cliff, I'm done. Everybody go do great things, and we'll see you guys again in 2 weeks.
All right.